So, Woody this morning was talking about how I hate people because we had heard about some of the scams that are already happening now in the aftermath of natural disasters, and this always goes that way. But the flip side of it is they're far more on the good side of the spectrum. And one of the things that maybe everybody doesn't think about is there's so many people who go out and help, but there aren't always people who are able to help the helpers. And we've got Lindsay, who runs an organization called Back the Blue NC, on with us now. And Lindsay, are you there? And how are you?
I'm here. Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
You sound awesome, especially for somebody who's apparently been up for like 4 hours already. When did you have to get up this morning?
I got up at 3 a.m.
Lindsay was on national TV this morning, I think, talking about all the efforts that are going on, and had to be on at like 4 or something. Is that right, Lindsay?
That's correct. I had to jump on at 4:30 with Fox News.
Dude.
You can work in morning radio now.
Yeah. And now you've stepped down to the Woody and Wilcox show.
What a drop.
Yes.
What a drop.
Precipitous drop.
Going out with a bang today.
That's right. Well, you do what you can. And so Back the Blue NC, and I'll probably butcher it, but you guys are a nonprofit, and essentially you're dedicated to helping the families and the children of law enforcement, whether they're just assisting in all kinds of things, or when a fallen officer situation happens, you guys are there to help, right? And that's sort of the nuts and bolts of what you guys typically do.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We've been established for 4 years, and our main mission is assisting the children and families of officers killed in the line here in North Carolina.
And Lindsay, you yourself were an officer at one point and have now retired, gone on to start a family and then run the charity, right?
That is correct.
By the way, when I talked to Lindsay yesterday in the afternoon, screaming kids in the background. So not only is she running this very important cause, but she's also a mom with small children. And I don't know how, I don't hear anybody screaming in the background now. Are they, did you hide them somewhere?
Well, I'm the one hiding, so you don't have to hear the screaming kids this morning.
You literally are hiding?
I'm going to guess went out into the car.
I am in the car. Yep, big sister is watching the boys.
Oh my God.
I mean, every mom has had to.
This is how much she sacrifices, not only for the men and women of law enforcement, but for us. She's hiding in her car from her kids.
That's, man, that's so much.
Every mom's dream.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for doing what you're doing, because that's so much work, and then taking care of your own family at the same time is enough. So hats off to you. And what I didn't know until I talked to Lindsay yesterday was how many officers and canines are deployed to help in the disasters that are happening in the different parts of the Southeast. Talk a little bit about that, Lindsay, and what you want to do and what you are doing to help.
So we have hundreds of officers from agencies all across the state responding to help with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. So not only do we have these responding agencies, but the officers who live in the impacted zones are having to work as well. And many of these officers have lost their homes and everything that they own, and still have to go out there and work to help with crisis relief and search and rescue.
It's incredible. And so I know one of the things that you've done is teamed up with a tactical gear company and are providing the officers with that, because as you were telling me yesterday, Lindsay, a lot of times they're told like, hey, you're going to go out for a period of time. We don't know how much. You pack some clothes, but it may be a lot longer, and you're getting wet. Your stuff's getting torn up. And like, we don't always think to help the people who are helping people. And that's what you guys are trying to do, right?
Some of these officers are expected to go out for maybe 2 or 3 days. They pack enough for those days, but they're still out there working, and they don't know when they're getting relief. Their uniforms are getting wet and torn. Those need to be replaced. They're not being fed. Some officers are only getting one meal a day. It may just be a sandwich. They're working countless hours to help serve the citizens, and not just the officers, but their canines as well need help, and they need to be fed to keep on working.
When we brought it up at the start of the show, Wilcox talked about putting pants on the dogs, the canine officers. Is that something that where you could get out and get a pair of pants for the dog?
It actually was something I said by accident, but then we realized that might be sort of an icebreaker in these tense, horrible situations if somebody saw a dog wearing pants coming to the rescue. I don't know.
I don't know if 5'11" makes pants for canine, but I can certainly ask him.
It's worth bringing up, and you can give Woody the credit on that one since he seems to be really carrying the flag on that. Mm-hmm. But so what can somebody do, or what do you need to help make this help possible, Lindsay? We're talking to Lindsay from an organization called Back the Blue NC, and she's trying to help the officers and their canines who are responding to these situations that we've all seen unfold in front of us. What do we need to do, Lindsay?
You can either donate financially through a GoFundMe we have posted on our website at backthebluenc.org.
And is there a place where if somebody's listening and is in the region, they can actually physically go and drop items?
Yes. So those are listed on our GoFundMe page and our social media.
Okay.
If you just look at backthebluenc.org, we do have a link to that GoFundMe.
Okay.
But we have partnered with the Wake County Sheriff's Office for a drop-off location at the NC State Fairgrounds.
Okay.
And we have also partnered with Brookford Police Department.
Well, that along with having the tactical gear folks work on some dog pants is plenty, I think, for all of us to wrap our heads around. So it's backthebluenc.org where all the information can be found, regardless of how you'd like to help, and obviously moving forward, because the work you guys do generally is amazing, and for you to be doing it, especially while raising 3 small kids, is even tougher as you hide in your car in your front yard. So.
Correct. I do what I can.
I know, and it's impressive, and I appreciate you always letting us know what's happening out there, because some of these things are things that people don't think about, and it's important that we do, because we got to keep everybody helping. Lindsay, we appreciate it so much. Go take a nap or something. Maybe take a nap right there in your car, because I don't think there's probably another way to do it, if I'm not mistaken. We won't tell anybody.
That is true. I might have to do that, but I appreciate your support.
We're always here for you. Absolutely. Anytime. Go to backthebluenc.org. And Lindsay, we appreciate you as always.